talk a bit about speed limiters. There's been this story in the news about how EU rules mean that from 2022, I think it is, all new cars must have speed limiters. Makes for a lovely alarmist headline, because the technology exists. Cars know where they are, and they can even read the signs as well. I've driven a Nissan Qashqai that had a little thing that came up to remind you of the speed limit. That worked by camera. It wasn't always right, mind you, and that does highlight one of the issues when you start relying on technology. But the other thing people seem to be completely ignoring is the system is easily overridden. What it's meant to do is stop you accidentally speeding, and it doesn't happen so much in cars like this because you can tell how fast you're going, but in modern cars it's very easy to go faster than you intended, or you might be unsure of the speed limit. So really it's designed to stop people getting prosecuted by the police, and surely that's a good thing. The way it'll work, and it's a bit like how a Nissan Leaf works. When you accelerate in a Nissan Leaf, the throttle has a detent position where you only access the extra power if you really put your foot down, and it seems these systems will be similar. It will limit it unless you boot it, in which case it'll let you do it. I mean, people claim that it's a safety issue because sometimes you have to accelerate out of danger. Can't say that's happened to me very often. I drive a 2CV, often it's going flat out. But should you need to, you're next to a lorry, it starts indicating on the motorway, you could actually put your foot down and it would accelerate beyond the speed limit. You can also turn the system off completely, although it will reset every time you start the car. So it's not true to say that it will be impossible to speed in the future. Quite why you'd want to speed, I'm not sure. People going, oh well, if you've bought a Bentley or a Ferrari, you're going to want to go faster. No, buying a Bentley and a Ferrari does not give you permission to completely ignore speed limits. Utterly ridiculous way of thinking. So mostly with this speed limiter thing, it's another chance to berate the EU, but let's not get into that. And I mean, it applies whether we leave or not. It's irrelevant. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, it's just another case of alarmist headlines and people just sharing complete nonsense on the basis of a headline and not actually looking into the deeper story. I mean, the truth is, certainly in the UK, road deaths were plummeting for a time. Airbags, better technology. It's plateaued. The number of deaths is not going down any further. So you can't blame the legislators for looking at other ways of dealing with this. So yeah, I don't necessarily think, oh yeah, this is a great idea, but nor do I get the alarmist behaviour towards it. I mean, for a start, we evolve, things move on, things change. Were people up in arms when seatbelts were mandated? Because they weren't always a legal requirement to fit or to wear. Sorry, too much fun on a roundabout. Oh, listen to her sing. The sunshine now as well, lovely. Kind of proof that you do need to, not faster than a Porsche apparently, you do need to take all these headlines with a pinch of salt. We live in an age where people just get outraged. It is the age of outrage indeed, and people are too quick to jump to conclusions and think that sharing something on Facebook is a way of mitigating something they don't like. It isn't. If you don't like something, write to your MP. Write to your MEP if we still have MEPs. A lot of the problem is from people ranting and signing stupid e-petitions that mean nothing. when really we all need to engage with our politicians a bit more in all levels. That's just my personal view anyway. But I'm just on my way to Wolverhampton, where I'm going to meet up with some Citroen Amis. They're celebrating 50 years of the AMI. 50 years of the AMI 8, or AMI 8, which was the second generation AMI. And introduced such fantastic things, not from launch, as winding windows and disc brakes. Not the early ones. I suspect there's going to be quite a lot of 2CVs there, so Ellie will not be out of place. I should be going to a Volvo gathering. There is a world record attempt to get 600 Volvos together, but yeah, I think the 2CV event will be more fun. I think the realities of getting 600 cars together on a racetrack are there's going to be an awful lot of sitting around while someone goes around counting them. So instead we shall go to RAF Cosford, or the museum at Cosford, where there will be lots of Citroens. And it's quite an interesting museum to have a nose around as well. I'm not a military man in the slightest, but there was some very interesting cars, like an Opel Senator that used to go behind enemy lines in the East Germany, I think it was. Anyway, I'm going to carry on driving. Oh, and after that, I'm off to Vauxhall to play with some Vauxhalls. That's tomorrow's fun and games. But I have no idea if this vlog is appearing before or after all that, so really it's pointless. But yeah, busy times again, which is why the videos are a bit patchy. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget you can buy the Hunt Nut merchandise, including the new 2CV hoodies and hats and mugs at huntnut.org. Go and pay the shop a visit. Thank you very much.